Let's get started. Let's get started with the bad news, or the bad-ish news, or bad-ish if you have bought Anthem, and why would you? All right, here we go. EA will be ending services for Anthem after nearly 7 years. 7 years. Has it really been that long? I never heard of this game or I haven't heard anything about the game in like 7 years. I remember like it had a very rough start. Like I think one of the executives or something started talking about features the game did not have, and so the developers had to rush around and crunch it in to get all its stuff in, and it turned out badly because they already did, like with flying. Like the guy said that they had Iron Man's the style of flying in the game, but the developers had no idea. So they had to add that in, but they already like made it so it was always designed without the flying, so they had to add that in later. And then remember there wasn't much. I played the game. I remember there isn't really much to it. Like it felt mostly, it was very empty. Like the combat was meh. The exploring wasn't, or that was kind of meh as well. There wasn't really anything, like the mechanics, they weren't very deep. It was unfortunate. I didn't buy it. I played it on Xbox One or Game Pass. Anyway, they made this announcement on an update page on the game's official website. We have an important update to share regarding Anthem. After careful consideration, we will be sunsetting Anthem on January 12th, 2026. So just a few days. Is that like less than a week now? Or no, just over a week from now, time of recording. Where was I? This means that the game will still be playable online for the next 180 plus days. As of today, you can no longer purchase in-game premium currency, but you can still use your remaining balance until the service goes offline. You can still play it for 180 days? The game will still be playable online, but they're shutting it, or sunsetting. So I guess they're in the process of shutting it down. Yes. Then they went on to confirm that Anthem would be removed from EA Play on August 15th, 2025. Oh, so that's already passed. And that this decision did not lead to any layoffs at BioWare. Unfortunately, there have been layoffs at the studio for different reasons. Namely, EA announced layoffs this January after the release of Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Well, they should be ashamed of themselves for making that. Like the people in charge, they should be laying those people off. Like the people who made the decisions to mess with the game like that. That's who they should be laying off, not the programmers. But Anthem is genuinely fascinating story. The game launched in February 2019 and did sell over 5 million units overall. However, it didn't reach expectations relative to budget and other factors, and so the game became mostly abandoned. After a year after launch, EA announced plans to reboot Anthem, but they never followed through on these plans and canceled the reboot the year after that. Yeah, I remember like they had some kind of roadmap they announced, but then eventually just sort of quietly just gave that up. It's too bad because like that was, it's an interesting premise. You know, I think they could have made something out of that if maybe, I don't know, they had better leadership or something. It's like all that money, like where did all that money go? They didn't really... The game wasn't really that robust, so I don't know. Like, and again, it's too bad, because they could have made something of it if they, like, I don't know, got, like, creatives to put creative people at the helm and just, you know, I don't know, but it's AAA. Like, the AAA companies are just... They're not very good at making video games. Or I should say, when they went corporate, I think, is when they really... The quality really dropped. So I'm more of a fan of the three guys in a garage making stuff, kind of, what would you call it? Like, I'm a fan of that. Like, of like real artists making their art. I like that better than corporations just trying to create some facsimile of what art might be through what do you call them, focus groups. And yeah, where was I? One can say that there's so many things about Anthem that could have clearly been done better in hindsight. Yeah, that's what I just said. For example, now that we know that CD Projekt Red managed to redeem their reputation with a comeback narrative for Cyberpunk 2077. Comeback? Well, I don't know, because I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077 in current year, and it's not exactly what they promised. No. Same with No Man's Sky. I know they've added some stuff to it, but it's not really... it's not right there, quite there. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's not... Maybe they focused on the wrong thing, or... Like, they have a lot of stuff, but not very deep. They don't go very deep with it, with, like, their expansions. Whatever. This is about Anthem. EA and BioWare could have done the same if they committed to it. We also now know that the ostensible inspiration for Anthem, the Destiny franchise, would ultimately come undone after failing to live up to expectations from fans. Yeah? Well, there you go. And will EA and BioWare learn from their mistakes? Just, do I really have to ask the question? Like, my God, they had like 7 years to like make it right, but they chose not to. So I don't think they're gonna be doing anything good going forward either. But there are so many other things about Anthem that certainly serve as food for thought. Why did EA just let the servers keep going as long as they did? One could argue that they ran the clock on what was a legally mandated minimum period of support. That's interesting. But the question will always come up on why EA didn't follow through on their plans to reboot. That's also a good question. Anthem also occupies an odd slot in the history of live service. It was just a little bit too late. Or a little bit late to when Fortnite Battle Royale and Overwatch first hit the landscape. But as EA themselves demonstrated with Apex Legends, it was still possible to stake your place in the market if you had the right idea. The strangest thing of all is that Concord was in development this whole time that Anthem released, and sat unused, most unplayed, as BioWare fans were ultimately uninterested. In principle, Anthem would be the ideal subject of the Stop Killing Games movement, but it doesn't help that it isn't a particularly popular game. Having said that, if Anthem players want for a way to keep playing the single-player campaign after its pending delisting, they need to lend their support to the movement. Yeah, that's a good point. Like even though it wasn't that popular, like still it was sold. Like money changed hands for a product, so they shouldn't just be tearing that product away. Because like Anthem is like an online only game. Like they don't have a single player option in the game, so once the servers go down, the game is no longer playable. So now like what do you do? After you like bought all that stuff, because like all of that the microtransactions and the DLCs and all that stuff, if you bought all that stuff, I guess you're screwed. Like, thanks for the money, bye. So yeah, stop killing games. And again, nothing will be learned from this. No, EA got their money, BioWare got their money. They don't need you anymore. So, goodbye. Enjoy your nothing. Yeah. So, I don't know, what do you guys think about this? How do you think EA could have improved it? And, I don't know, what... Is it fair to just end the game? Like what can you really do with that? Like I don't you probably can't like realistically force EA to keep the servers online. So like I guess maybe they just I don't know just like add single or just like make I guess they don't really need a server, do they? Like if the game is installed on your PC. What do servers do anyway? It's like every MMO that I've played, you had to install it on your PC. So what is the server for? Is that just for like coordinating the multiplayer, the multiple people, or I don't know. But you'd think that they could just like flip a switch and then you could just play it by yourself offline. I don't know, but yeah, no, still, it's still, that's not right, just tearing that away after people spent all that money on it. So there you go.